Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing time's important message for you today. Before we begin, I want to quickly remind you that you have an offer from Aura throughout this month, a 7-day free use of the app and a 25% off of the membership. You'll find the link to this offer in the description box. Hope you enjoy this app and that it provides you with tranquility and mental strength. All right, let's get into your reading. And to do this reading, we are going to be picking 3 piles today. I think we have our 3 piles. 1, 2, and I actually feel this one, 3. So let's see what we have for today's reading with regards to time's message to you. Right, so for pile number 1, you have the 10 of Wands. For pile number 2, you have the Ace of Wands. And for pile number 3, you have the Ace of Swords. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the red Jasper. For pile number 2, you have the Selenite. And for pile number 3, you have the yellow Aventurine. All right, so take a look at your crystals or 3 cards and see which one you're the most drawn to or which ones you're the most drawn to. And these will have your important messages from time today. So take a close look at these cards and your crystals. Take your time, there's no rush. Once you're ready, head down to the description box. You'll find your timestamps. Click on them and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful red Jasper as well as the 10 of Wands. So let's see how they fit into your reading. And today we're taking a look at an important message that you have from time. So let's see what your message is from time today. Okay, let's pull out your last oracle card for this reading. I have a strong feeling it's this one on the side. All right, so let's see what you have. So you have Thyone here. Let's put one of these cards down there. I can like push this up a bit. And you have Privileged Lady. Very interesting. Okay, very interesting indeed. Okay, so you also have Helm, Navigation, Control, Journey. You have Judication. Speaking of time, looks like something at the end of December is happening here. Something like karmic is shifting. And by karmic, I don't mean bad. I actually mean good. I'll show you why in a moment. Oh my goodness. And you have all that glitters. At the same time, you have two masks here. Okay, so now let's take a look at your tarot cards to get a complete picture. Oh no, there's actually the chakra cards that I wanted to pull out. There we go. So you have the sacral chakra, balanced sacral chakra with I feel like I radiate warmth. Very nice. Okay. Right, so it's time now for your tarot cards. I've been drawn to this deck lately. I love it. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. There. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, let's check out your cards. So, you have the Hermit. Can you see your card? Yeah. You have the Hermit, the 5 of Cups, the Judgment card, you have the Strength card, all right, the Devil card. Interesting, I've just done a reading where these exact 3 cards came out. How interesting is that? What's going on in the energy this week? You have the Hierophant, the King of Swords, another Judgment. I know in this deck it has several cards, like I think Judgment, also 9 of Swords. I left them because I felt like they would give a strong message. And look at that, they already are. We have Judgment aligning, and that is a very strong message here for you today with regards to time. Speak about karma here. That's happening for sure. And last but not least, you have the 5 of Wands. Okay, so what is your message from time? Yeah, there's definitely something about karma here. And you have all that glitters. I can't help. You know, whether you're going to see this message later on this week with the same cards coming up, or you've already seen it, it is crazy. Look at that. All that glitters is showing us that there's something catching your eye at the moment. And you feel like, it looks like you shouldn't be taking it, but a part of you is taking it, wants to take it, right? And you have here with the Hierophant, I've read the art about this manuscript, like building a connection with God. So this is already saying, your time is saying, be careful how you spend me. Because do know that if you take something you're not supposed to take now, I will come around, and in another time, karma will be paid. So this doesn't mean that time is saying you're bad. Of course not. Time is saying be careful not to let temptation get to you. Because if you get what you want now, with the Five of Cups, you might later be very disappointed. And the reason I'm saying there is great emphasis on karma, of course, is because, as you can see, Judgment here depicts the artwork of the Last Judgment Day. Yeah, the Last Judgment. The art of the Last Judgment. What goes around comes around. And you can here see the crucifixion. So yeah, definitely some sort of like repayment of karma. So you want to be careful. So time is basically telling you that you do have the control. I saw the King of Swords, there we go. They do have the control, the helm, to go in the right direction. You're not like, the devil is an illusion. It makes you think that you have no choice, but really you do. And time is telling you, don't be... So temptation could be what? Like temptation could be choosing something like deciding to eat all the delicious junk food because it's so tempting, but then you might regret it later in your health or something like that. Or choosing not to do what you need to do because you know it's going to push you forward, you know, get that medical certificate or finish your studies or finish your work. But then you could be tempted to do something else, get instant gratification rather than long-term gratification. So whatever this situation is, don't take it so seriously, of course, to heart. Point is, time wants to show you that you don't want to swap the good thing for the bad thing just because it feels good in the moment, and that you have full control of the helm here, the navigation of your life. And time is saying, although it might be a little bit difficult now, but you're going to come out the other side so strong. And that's what we see here in the Five of Cups, depicting, I believe, Saint John. Saint John, where he went out, he was like practicing self-control, fasting, praying, you know, finding himself, and then he came out of this journey much stronger, healed person, like he found himself. So your reading is telling you, or rather time is telling you, give it time to develop strength. It might be tempting to do what feels really good right away, but if you give it time, you'll develop into a stronger soul, a stronger person that is not swayed by temptation. And with the balanced sacral chakra, here you can see that your message is you will have balanced sacral chakra, where you're able to go after what you want, but it's not driving you. You are driving what you want. And that's what time wants to teach you here. So take your time in solitude, meaning away from the things that distract you, or away from temptation. Like, take yourself out of temptation and do what is right and necessary. Take your time to learn, because the more you practice that, the more you learn how to become stronger and more disciplined. It's not something that happens right away. It requires time and practice. And so this is why time is coming to your reading, highlighting itself, telling you that you need time in order to create that fortitude, trying over and over and over again. Because once you build that fortitude, you become like a fortress here. I believe in this artwork is called La Forteresse de la Foi, Fortress of Faith. And here you're protected from anything, even like crazy looking demons. So nothing can affect you. You become one that is in control of their lives. You shift your karma, where it helps you become sort of immortal, a strong person. You become on another level, like echelon of people. And I say that for a reason, by the way, because you were drawn initially to the Ten of Wands. And although it could be very heavy to practice doing the right thing and not be drawn to temptation, it will take you later to being godlike. Why am I saying that? Because Thyone was a mortal who became a goddess. And long story short, Zeus was infatuated, attracted to her beauty. The Zeus, of course, is the god, the father of gods. And one time, Thyone asked if she can sleep with him in the same form that he would sleep with Hera, his wife. And so she asked him to do that if he wants to prove his love to her. And of course, he had to abide by this promise. But in order to do that, she was consumed by thunder and lightning. So long story short, they had a child, and then later on, Zeus was able to save her from the underworld and gave her a new body, and became immortal, became a goddess. And so we can see the idea here of someone who had the audacity to do what other people would be afraid to do, and who would learn the truth of God and become a goddess herself. And so going through difficulty, what would seem like a great difficulty, will shape you into coming out on the other side something way stronger, where you can take control of yourself, which will help you in so many aspects later on. And time wants to tell you, use me and practice. Take time. So take me as your help, and I will give you later what you wouldn't dream of. I will put you in a position, privileged position, which you would have never thought to be in. But in order to be in this privileged position, to be able to take control of your life like that, and be in that position to do what you want and have that type of strength, you want to take your time to practice doing what is difficult and come out to the other side a new person. And the demons and the devil, this is all illusion. The devil card is an illusion. It makes you think like you're stuck, when really you're not. You always have a choice, and you always have control. And so practice that. And the more you practice that, the stronger you become, my dear pile number 1. And so your message is, take me, or rather take the time to practice little by little, and you will develop this fortitude, this strength to have control over your life. It will become super easy for you to do. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see as your important message from time for you here today. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And speaking of discipline, you might want to check out my productivity handbook. It's small, straight to the point. You're not going to procrastinate reading it, but you will find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away. It's full of aha moment that will change the way you view productivity and discipline forever, all while enjoying it. Can you believe that? All while having fun. And if you're interested in checking it out, seeing the reviews or any information about this ebook, you find the link to it down in the description box. There's also, by the way, an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 1, this is your message from time, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the Ace of Wands as well as the Selenite. And today we're taking a look at an important message from time today. So let's see what is your message from time. Very intrigued. So far we have 2 oracle cards. Let's pull out one from this deck. There we go. And last but not least, let's pull out a chakra card. There we go. So you have a balanced heart chakra. Interesting. I love with compassion. I love that. Okay. Let's keep it right there. Let's check out your oracle cards. So you have message in a bottle. And you have thief. It's almost like time is a thief. Time can rob something. But at the same time, oh, I see. So you have not stability, security, and resilience. Very interesting message so far. So I know you're going to love this message. That's just something that is also a second message from time to you. Okay, so now let's pull out your tarot cards. Really cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding it opposite way, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Right, so let's check out your tarot cards. So you have the Strength card, the Knight of Swords, okay, the Page of Swords. This is kind of like slow down, because the Knight of Swords is one of the fastest knights in the deck, and then you have the Page of Swords right after it. So it's kind of like slow down with regards to something. Let's see why you have that, because I initially thought here something else, but let's see. Follow the cards. You have the 2 of Swords, right? You have the 9 of Pentacles. Wow. The Devil card, the Fool, the 9 of Cups. Wow, you have the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. This is awesome. And you have the 6 of Pentacles. So, what am I seeing? I'm seeing you do, in fact, have a very important time-sensitive message from time. So I do see time telling you that time can run out. Time can be the worst thief. And here with the heart chakra in conjunction to the Ace of Swords, there's something burning within you that keeps burning, and it's pushing you to do something. You desire to do something, but obviously, perhaps you're not starting yet, because with a knot, something seems a little bit complicated. And every time you pull your strength to do it, out of the complexity of the situation, the initial speed slows down. Now we understand why we see this slowing down. The initial speed that you started with slows down, putting off the initial momentum that was igniting within you. And also time is saying what slows this down, this process down, is one illusion leading to another. So there's definitely some illusions involved here, because we can see the Devil card. But also with this specific 2 of Swords, this is the art of depicting Cleopatra. in one of the medieval art, manuscript art. And so with Cleopatra, Mark Antony was, you know, in love with Cleopatra. They've been together for 11 years. They couldn't marry because of the law, I believe, in Rome. And so long life story where in the end, he had to go back to Egypt when they lost the war. And I think Cleopatra thought that he died. No, first he thought that Cleopatra died, so he killed himself. And then she thought he died, so she killed herself. So we're seeing illusions here. Not being able to see during a time of war or time of difficulty. And one thing killing the other, and robbing away what you were supposed to create, or that momentum that you were creating. And so here, time is telling you, don't let one thing that doesn't go right fool you into deciding that the other thing shouldn't go right. So this is like, oh, I missed the schedule, the first part of the schedule today, so it's not working, I'm gonna let go of the whole schedule. Or I tried to do that, it didn't work, then this means I lost and I should let go of the whole thing. And so that idea, time is letting you know that it's a serious illusion. In fact, with the Fool card, time is encouraging you to use it wisely and to get back up with the Fool card. Again, see, we have a Fool card here of someone playing the lute. And so go back up and with the same enthusiasm. And only when you do that, when you like forgive the mistakes that happened and get back up, restarting. Something happens, don't beat yourself up about it and restart. And that's the only way in which you can beat or cut this knot. And you can finally achieve generously, mind you, with the Six of Pentacles, what you're meant to receive. And so this is a message from time about keeping the fire burning. And that's why you see here Vesta, the Roman, speaking of Roman, wow, the Roman goddess of fire and the hearth. And you know, this is the goddess Vesta is fire in its pure form. In fact, in the temples, they don't put what is it called? Like statue image of Vesta. Having the fire burn is the goddess in her purest and even in her powerful form. And the fire in Rome kept all year round. It would only be put off, I believe, in the 1st of March during the Roman New Year. That's when it was allowed to go out, before it was renewed, of course, ritually renewed. And so it was there to protect the state of Rome from disaster, and so it had to keep burning. And to do that, that was no easy task. That's not an easy task to keep it burning. It's not something that would come naturally. They had to get Vestals, which are maidens from like noble families, and they would serve, I believe, for 30 years of their lives to keep the flame burning. So with that story, I am sensing that time is telling you fire or motivation is not going to stay there on its own. And in fact, don't depend on motivation to keep running, because motivation can go out at any time. It's a feeling that comes and goes. And time wants you to reignite that fire by continuing to get back up with the Fool, to restart, to do what you need to do, even if you don't feel like it, really. Even if you don't feel like it, because if not feeling like it is an illusion. So use strength always over illusion. Don't feel like it, mistakes, don't let anything put down that fire. And motivation is rather created when you get up, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tempted to do anything else. Do what you need to do, because that is the route that will take you to your biggest dreams and give you the biggest compensation. you are going to be rewarded generously. I see time is letting you know. And you will be able to unlock these knots in your life, untie them. Things will start moving smoothly in your life. And you know, it's so cool because I think time has the wisest advice for you today. It's that one message that could detangle all of the issues, a lot of the issues in your life, even the ones you don't think is related. Everything is tied together here in your life. And that's why you have the knot. And I see time is telling you to unravel all of this in your life is to never slow down and to continue to get back up, realizing that mistakes can happen, you know, not everything will go right every single time. Continue to decide with the Page of Swords to restart, with the Fool to restart. And don't let mistakes be an illusion that you have failed, and relax. It could be that temptation to just let it go and relax one more time that could be stealing from you something way bigger and grander that you want, that is more important in your life than instant gratification. And so time is letting you know that you have the pure power to do big things and to achieve big dreams in your life. You absolutely have that. And that's why you were drawn to Vesta. And you can see Vesta here holds pure fire in one hand and what is called fuel on the other to keep it going. So the whole idea that time wants to relate to you today is to keep things going. Don't stop. You don't want to rest and stop. You always want to be alert, have this idea in mind, and to go one after the other. Didn't go right, tell yourself, fine, so what? Things don't always go right in the beginning. Let's go back. You'll find that at times you'll do really well, and at times it doesn't go well. And that's life, you know, it's ebbs and flows. It's not a straight line to success. And so although it ebbs and flows, you'll realize that the trajectory in general is going like with a steep upward movement. You're going to progress so fast, it's going to surprise you. And you will be given generously. And you know, with the Fool here playing the lute, I think time is telling you, you know, enjoy life. And by enjoy life, in the Fool card, this means go through it with a lot of joy, like enjoy what you're doing. Don't go through it in pain. Since you're going to do it anyway, go through it with enjoyment. Start enjoying it. Start having fun with it little by little. What's your idea of fun? Not other people's ideas of fun. Some people's ideas of fun are one thing, and it could be stressful for you. Do what is fun for you so that you are actually have fun doing it. I see the Nine of Pentacles here reading a book. Perhaps this is talking about maybe being more organized, or talking about, being more organized in terms of knowing, like remind yourself, so I'm going to do this, do that, and then this, and then that. Like have everything prepared before you jump into things. That's one of your keys to achieving, materializing with the Nine of Cups, this dream. You know, like before you start, especially in the beginning, don't just jump into it unprepared. I think your Nine of Cups here is definitely guiding you to not jump into things, especially in the beginning, unless you are prepared. So I'm going to do this now, I'm going to do this next. I'll remember to get this, I'll remember to do this. And you have your mind prepared and you get into it. As you get prepared, by time, these preparations perhaps will become one with you. It's like you will naturally know what to do. And with that, you can start building upon these ideas, other ideas or other tasks. And so keep the fire burning by being prepared and jumping into it without much thought. Don't overthink it. Jump into it with speed. Prepare, jump into it with speed. This cycle, as you can see with the strength card, will help you grow a lot of muscle, will make you strong, and will make you do what you want to do effortlessly, like a true master. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see as your message from time today, your important message from time. It's obviously time sensitive since it is your message from time, and I truly hope you've enjoyed it. So if you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. You know, I do post readings nearly every single day. And please don't forget to check out my productivity handbook. It can truly help you out with this. It teaches you how to become a productive person right away, all while enjoying the journey. It's full of key advice and secrets on how to do that very simply. The book is very simple. It's easy to read. You'll finish it in one sitting very quickly, but it's full of aha moments on things that will change your mind forever about how to become productive and how to enjoy it. And if you're interested in checking it out, you will find a link to it down in the description box. There's also an audiobook, by the way, if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 2, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful yellow Aventurine and the Ace of Swords. And today we're taking a look at an important message that is there for you from time. So let's see what this message is. Oh, looks like that's ready. All right. First things first, let's start off with your oracle cards. So you have the throat chakra, an overactive throat chakra in your message with I talk and I overshare. All right, let's see how this fits into your reading. It is falling with the Ace of Swords, so let's see. Okay, these are actually 3. Whoa, okay. You have poised, right? Okay. And again, you have thief. This came in pile number 2, I believe. Same card. So if you were drawn to pile number 2, I, in this case, highly recommend it for you. You have imprisonment. And you have occupation. What's going on there? There's so much. I mean, I'm still not able to grasp one message. Every card we open is taking me in a different direction. Perhaps time wants to give you several messages in this pile. Let's find out. Whoa, talk about several messages. So you have book, knowledge, history, education. It says Joelle. Is someone listening called Joelle? That will be really cool. All right. So let's now pull out your tarot cards. So you have Temperance. Oh, you have the 8 of Swords. Oh, that's a very interesting 8 of Swords. I'm starting to now understand. Okay. You have the Knight of Swords. The Hierophant. Talk about education. Wow. Okay. You have the 9 of Wands. Do we have space for me to put a card for you guys up here? No, doesn't look like it. Okay. You have the Hanged Man. And finally, you have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. This is the Four of Wands. I apologize. So you have here the Four of Wands, and now you have the Nine of Wands. Let's keep these two to the side. We'll open them in the right time. But yes, I'm starting to see that you have, in fact, a lot of messages from time. And one of them is actually very similar. One of them is very similar to pile number 2. I understand why you may be led to pile number 2. You'll get more information on that over there. But with the Ace of Swords, I really do see that time is here trying to change your mind about several things that you see in your life that are very important. And so the first thing that I'm seeing here with thief is that time is a thief. It can rob away from you the opportunity to begin things that are important to you. And I see here that it's all about the mind for you, especially with the Ace of Swords and the throat chakra. It's how you speak to yourself and what you say to yourself. Because some doubts could be the very thing that are keeping you in place with the Eight of Swords. And remember, that time is a thief. And I'll tell you an interesting message that time is showing you here. You have, in this Eight of Swords, this is medieval manuscript art depicting Orpheus when he went into the underworld to bring his lover back from the underworld. He had to negotiate with the demons, and so after long negotiation, they agreed to give her back to him. No, to give him back to her. You get what I want to say? They agreed to give his lover back. But the agreement is that she would walk behind him all the way out of the underworld, and he was to never look back at her. They would walk and he would never look back at her until they are out of the underworld. So Orpheus kept walking and walking and walking. Just before he was out of the underworld, an idea hit him. He thought, oh my God, what if the demons fooled me out of the underworld and she's not actually walking behind me? What if they fooled me? And so in a split of a second, he looked back, and in a split of a second, as she was right there and they were about to go out, she disappeared back to the underworld. So he lost her in the nick of time, just because of a thought or doubt that could be keeping you stuck. And so time wants to tell you that doubt is very costly. Everyone in the world is prone to things not working out. So study the situation very well. Take the time to study well on what you want to do. And once that studying period is out, don't doubt yourself. Just jump into it and continue to see. The Knight of Swords is one of the fastest knights in the deck. So continue to move forward with speed. Don't doubt yourself again. Just continue to ride it. And also, the Knight of Swords believes in a cause. So believe in your cause and go after it. Whenever you see, like if you get any doubts, don't look back. Like don't drop the whole thing. You can pause and reflect with the Hangman. But as you pause and reflect, you see this Hangman? Don't take yourself so seriously. And know that you're pausing to reflect, to study, and to move forward with speed. And that you're not pausing to reflect to doubt yourself. Once you decided, don't doubt yourself again and do your best moving forward. So that's the first strong message that I see for you, my dear pile number 3, with regards to what time wants to show you. Also, time here wants to show you that the way you speak to yourself is very significant, not only in what you do, but in the happiness with the poised here and how you live your life, and even how poised you are, by the way. Yeah, definitely, with how poised you are. You know, this makes me understand that the time wants to let you know that if you're not grateful for the amazing things that you have, you won't be poised, you won't enjoy what you have, and time will slowly rub that away from you. And why am I saying that? Because as you know, Nemesis is the goddess of retribution and judgment. And one of the interesting things that I've read about Nemesis is that she brings loss to the people with fortune but are not humble, or the people who have blessings and gifts but disdain them. So I'm seeing like negative, overactive, negative perhaps self-talk. And this can rub away how poised you are, perhaps the confidence, rubbing away your confidence. I see this can rub away your confidence by time. Also, time here is very significant because the blessings that you have now that you forgot about will later on, may later on not be there, because you were focused rather on the things that you didn't have, rather than the things that were working for you in a great way. So I do see time telling you to be grateful and fortunate about the amazing things that you have. Always remind yourself with the Ace of Swords, like have clarity of thoughts. Remind yourself greatly with everything that you have, because it's going to give you great confidence. Interesting. And the special aspect about time here is that it's there now. One day, if it's not there, if time is not saying that it's not going to be there, but time is saying if any aspect of them is not there, you're going to look back and say, oh, I didn't honor that time when I had this. I wasn't conscious of these amazing things that I have. And for this reason, time is really directing you to journal or write down the amazing things about you and enjoy them. It's one way that will definitely bring balance here, reminding you every day of how blessed you are. And that type of reminder will obviously affect your confidence in such a great way, because it will shift your focus from lack to the amazing things that are working for you. And along with that, my dear pile number 3, time is also showing you to move and to work towards the things that you want to achieve, that you feel you're stuck in. There's no movement. Stuck is an illusion, and that's what the Eight of Swords teaches us. It's being stuck in our mind. And time is telling you, keep the faith, because faith is there and it can transform so many things for you. And with the Four of Wands, you'll be achieving one milestone after the other. We're seeing an alchemical process in the Temperance card, showing that everything works in magical ways that you may not really understand fully. Outside time and space, energies form, and in the material world, you think you're going to have it one way, and in reality, outside of time, space, it works in a totally different way that we don't have a total grasp on at the moment. And so what you're required to do is to work on it and let energy form for you, helping you create whatever it is that you want in your reality. And start it without ever looking back. You've decided to do something, don't look back, don't break it. Don't break the pattern, and continue to only move forward. The direction is only forward, never looking back. Only pause for reflection. And so keep yourself organized by knowing exactly what you need to do. Keep your mind alert by reminding it of the amazing things that you have. These are amazing blessings that are there for you. And sometimes when we don't put our focus on our blessings, not only do we not enjoy them, but we forget how they can serve us. So reminding ourselves with our blessings is honoring them. And so these blessings could be good, could be, what do I want to say the word? Could be a good source of energy for you, rather than being an energy that is accumulating that you're not using. And with Nemesis here, you may pay for it later with something that you don't like. And so paying for it with something that you don't like is feeling consumed with the loss once it's gone, regretting that it's gone, regretting not using it, and so on. And you know, Nemesis doesn't really make people pay for their dues in a harsh way. Some people could pay their dues in the form of responsible behavior, so as not to invite her wrath, right? So the point being here is that you don't want the blessings to accumulate as karma not being used, but to honor it responsibly is to remind yourself of it without being, you know, overconsumed by it. You don't want to go to the extreme of, you know, being full of yourself or, you know, like not considering them at all. And so here I see the idea with poised, with confidence, like jotting them down, writing, constantly reminding yourself, I'm blessed to have this, I'm blessed to have that. Perhaps create a ritual every day of thanking the universe, thanking God of the amazing things that you have, and getting into the habit of doing that will help you use and remember the benefits that you have. And hopefully these benefits will always be there for you. But always remember, the amazing things and the fortune that is there might stay and some of it might not. So the best thing to do is to be happy and not be angry or envious or compare or any of these things. To work on these two energies of being blessed with what one has, and that energy improves poise and confidence. Honoring that energy and not forgetting about it builds confidence. So yeah, you don't want to go to any extreme. Being in the middle gives confidence. And the energy that you do not have, don't let time steal from you. Get right into it. Get busy. And never look back. Study it very well. See how you're going to do it. Study the people who inspire you, or educate yourself on how to do it. And start, never look back, don't doubt, only pause to reflect. And once you pause, don't take it so seriously. Know that you're on a journey, and you know it's going to be ups and downs. You're going to reach milestones sometimes, and with the 9 of Wands on the other side, sometimes there will be difficulties that you have to endure and overcome, and so on. And overcoming and enduring and then reaching a milestone, it's going to work like that until what used to be a dream for you one day will become something that is so natural to you. It's absolutely yours. It's going to become one of the blessings that you have accumulated. So, last message that you have from time, that is time sensitive obviously today, are these two cards. Ooh, 8 of Wands, move quickly. Wow, move quickly. Use me well, is I believe what time is telling you here with the 8 of Wands. Use me well. I'm an abundant resource for you now. I too, just like your blessings, do decrease by time. So use me well, and to use me well is to begin right away. And 6 of Pentacles. I will give back to you generously. So use me well, and you will see that I will be giving generously back to you. And all of that in your reading begins with how you speak to yourself. How You are saying how blessed you are, reminding yourself of how blessed you are, how you're redirecting your thoughts towards what you want to do, towards never looking back. Of course, we're not going to go back to the point. So I think by now you absolutely see what time wants to show you. The only way to unlock the things that are keeping you stuck at the moment is to begin and never look back. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see time wanting to share with you in today's reading. I truly wish you the best of luck moving forward. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. I post readings nearly every single day. And please don't forget to check out my productivity handbook. It can truly teach you how to become a productive person right away. It's small, straight to the point. You're not going to procrastinate reading it, but really you will find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away as soon as you finish this ebook. And not only that, it will truly teach you how to enjoy this journey. The advice that you will see in this ebook and the ideas that you will see in this ebook are truly mind shifting. It will shift your mind forever on how you see productivity, and you will see yourself changing forever. That's the type of feedback that I've been seeing. First of all, thank you guys for the feedback. It truly fills my heart. You have no idea. From my heart, thank you. And do know that I wrote this book with the full intention to make that change for you. So if you want to check it out, like I said, it will change how you see productivity forever. And if you want to check it out, you will find a link to it down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 3, this was your message from time, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!